Ought to. It is observed that ought to is not used much. Not for any other reason, but that the scenarios of use are not clear. So let's understand where and how to use ought to. When you feel something is morally correct, it is the right thing to do. It is your duty to do it. In that case, you use ought to. For example, we ought to study hard. We ought to respect our parents. So you feel you should be doing it, right? That is ought to. The second usage of ought to is to give advice. You ought to rest. You haven't completely recovered. So that is where to give advice, you use ought to. You ought to follow traffic lights. Ought to. So that is it for today. I ought to leave. Stay tuned.